One thing's for certain, pretty much everyone thinks about owning a property and being a landlord. But let's face it, most people who are generally doing well in life and their careers are on a steady upward trajectory want to own their own property or several properties that can benefit from the long run. In this video, and considering today's market climate of rising rents in Dubai, I'm going to focus on owning a property that can generate income. So these would-be landlords, they have questions. Is it profitable? Is it as easy as everyone makes it out to be? What problems can I face? And these questions typically keep people from pulling the trigger. So if you're someone who has these questions, I am here to present some pros and cons of owning an investment property and to answer some of those questions and hopefully guide you into making a good decision. First, you own the property. It is an asset that can be sold for profit depending on the market conditions. You can also borrow against it. Landlords 10 years ago had lesser equity in their property than they do now. This also gives you an option to refinance and generate funds for other investments. So all this essentially increases your net worth. Number 2, monthly rental income that is fixed for a 12-month period. Imagine having a fixed amount of passive income coming into your account every single month. And depending on the property's location and condition, your monthly income may be higher than the mortgage you're paying on it and yearly service charges. That is why I always say, buy a good property, find an agent who will find it for you. Number 3, as homes tend to generally increase in value as a result of the appreciation, you can command better and higher rents in accordance with it. Plus, doing some nice renovations every 4 to 5 years adds real upward punch to the rental value, because renters will pay a premium for a perfect house they're only going to live in for 3 to 4 years typically. Number 4, Dubai is a tax-free country, let me remind you. So all of the income benefits I state in this video, you're not being taxed on it. Come on, that's got to be sweet. Number 5, if your rental property is mortgaged, your interest rates will go up as well as down. You can refinance with your bank to have lower monthly mortgage payments if the rates fall, or lock in fixed rates if the rates rise. There's always constant movement, and if you are smart and keep up with it, you will benefit. And finally, number 6, the dream life of owning several properties and not having to work for a living. A full-time landlord, if you will. I know, I'm not saying millennials or Gen Z should start dreaming right now, and typically you get to that stage of dream life in your 50s and 60s. But remember, that happens if you start at least in your 30s. So actually, yeah, millennials and Gen Z, start dreaming. So these were the pros of being a landlord. Now let's see the cons. There are a few. Number 1, properties don't always appreciate. So many horror stories of the wrong real estate agent who oversold the earning potential of a 2-bed or a studio in an area that didn't develop as it was promised. So the property didn't appreciate. Neither did its rental value, or worse, people don't even go there to rent. It's tricky. Talk to a well-informed agent who doesn't make promises as if they know the future. Talk to me. Number 2, there's always this problem of finding tenants or even getting the right kind of tenants. I will always recommend hiring a reputed property management company, especially if you have multiple properties. Number 3, a property management company will also advise you for protecting against the possibility of mishaps, of accidents related to the property that might leave the tenant in disarray. As a landlord, you don't want to be in that situation. Insurance can be costly, so factor that when you are thinking about being a landlord. And lastly, number 4, I was talking about doing renovations earlier every 3 to 5 years. That's all nice and good, but sometimes there are unexpected expenses and repairs. AC breakdowns in a hot climate, especially in this country, these things happen and could end up costing you more than you might have expected. So in the end, I will say, owning a rental property has its pros and cons, and I've gone through them for you. You've got to weigh them and decide if it's the right option for you. I always say, consider talking with other landlords and rental property owners, and especially good agents, before jumping in. Good luck. I'm Zoheb, aka Realtor on a Harley, and I'll be posting a video twice a week here on my YouTube channel to give you as much value as I can to my audience. Bye for now.